Hello, and welcome to InfoAxis video tutorials. Today we will detail how to navigate InfoaxisConnect for the purpose of remote access. With this service, you will have the ability to control your office computer from wherever it is that you may be working. In order to do this, there is one prerequisite. You must remember to leave your office computer on. It can be locked, but it needs to be powered up. Once you've confirmed that, from the laptop or desktop that you wish to connect, go to a browser and navigate to connect.infoaxis.com. In the upper right corner, click Login and enter your credentials. If you don't have credentials, you can always email us at support@infoaxis.com to make the request. Once you've logged into the portal, in the upper left corner, there's a key symbol and it says Access. Click on this. From this screen, you're going to see all of the computers that you have access to remote into. For most of you, there will only be one option, your office desk. Click on that and click Join. A pop-up is going to show up. For me right now, because I've used the client before, it's simply going to ask me if I can allow it to open the page. If this is the first time that you're logging in, you're going to see a pop-up that asks you to download the InfoAxis portal client. This is completely safe, and we recommend doing so. Since I've logged in before though, I'm only going to press allow. It's going to take a second, but it's going to join your session and another pop-up is going to appear. This pop-up is going to be the workstation that you're logging into. So for me, you're now going to see my two monitors from my office desk. You're going to see that currently it is locked. At the top of the screen here, since I'm on a Mac, this is my toolbar. I have View, Miscellaneous, and other items. If you're on a Windows device, your experience is going to be slightly different. You may see this orange toolbar. The correlation is that the magnifying glass is the equivalent of View, the gear is the equivalent of Miscellaneous. For right now, that's about all you need to know. I'm going to go back to the portal. Now, my computer is locked. This is my office computer that I'm looking at. So if I press Control-Alt-Delete, I'm not controlling my office computer. I'm controlling the device that I'm working on, be it my laptop or my home computer. So what the client here has done, the InfoaxisConnect client, has given us under the Miscellaneous or Gear tab, depending on the operating system you're working on, the option to send Control-Alt-Delete. So what this will do is it will remotely send the same keystrokes. When I click that, all of a sudden, I can access the screen at my computer to enter my credentials. This is a little hard to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to View, I'm going to go to Zoom, I'm going to make this a little bigger so that I can see it, and I can type in my credentials. Now again, you're putting in your credentials for your workstation in your office, because that's the computer that you need to remotely access. And there you go. I am in. I'm going to shrink this back down so that I can show a few other things. First of which is going to be right here. If you were at your desk in your office, this is what your screen would currently look like. It's going to say that a remote user is now connected. Now that can be very helpful because if someone's walking by your desk in the office, they know that someone's working on that workstation. However, because we're working over a remote connection, once in a while we could potentially have hiccups in that connectivity. So this can slow us down when we're working in our session. So back in here, if I don't want this to show up anymore, if I go to Miscellaneous, there's an option to blank guest monitor. Blank guest monitor is this black screen. Since we don't want this anymore, I want to uncheck this, or in Windows it's going to say unblank guest monitor. That's going to make it so that if there is a hiccup, we don't see this black screen. I'm going to zoom us back in here a little bit. I'm only going to go to 50% for right now, because I still want to show you something. You can still see both of my monitors here. But let's say you're working and you don't want to see both monitors. If you go to View or the magnifying glass, you can select what monitor you want to view. If you only want to look at monitor 1, you can do so. If you only want to look at monitor 2, you can do so. I'm going to put us back to all for right this second. I'm going to show you one other thing here. On the select quality, let's make this a little bigger. On select quality, you'll see that the images are very crisp and clear right now. Now, if you ever got to a point where you felt like your session was dragging, you can go in and you can select to lower the quality. You can go to medium, and you'll see that the image isn't as clear, but this could potentially speed up your session if it does seem to be lagging. Hopefully that's not going to happen though, and you can keep everything on high and you can see everything at its intended clarity. We've talked about selecting monitors, we've talked about selecting quality, we've talked about selecting your zoom capabilities. One other thing I do want to show you is similar to sending Control-Alt-Delete, you have an option of sending clipboard keystrokes. What that means is that you can basically copy and paste, if you need to, from your laptop or from your home computer into your remote session on your work desk. So let's say you have a really difficult password that you're having trouble remembering or typing into the portal. Even just a sentence like this. I'm going to copy this, same way I would, Control-C, however you normally would copy. I'm going to go back to my remote session. I only want to see one screen right now because I'm going to bring up my OneNote. I'm going to go just to monitor 2. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so that we can understand this fully. And in this, I'm going to go to miscellaneous, and I'm going to send my clipboard keystrokes. And it's basically just going to paste what I copied from my laptop. Pretty cool functionality. Now, there are many other capabilities that we're not going to cover today, but this is a quick overview of the most commonly used features and how InfoAxis allows you the ability to work remotely, securely, and with ease. There are 2 things I want to show you before we sign off. First, just as you should always be locking the computer at your desk, you don't want to forget to do that here. So I'm going to shrink this back down for a second. I'm going to put us on all. Okay, I'm fine with that. I want to make sure that I send Control-Alt-Delete again. And what that's going to do is, again, allow me the ability to lock my station. Really good practice. The other thing that we need to make sure we do is to end our remote session. The last thing you'd want to do after being able to work from home or from vacation or wherever you needed to would be to get back into the office and find out that you can't work from your workstation. So always remember to go to the top of the screen to Screen Connect Client, to InfoAxis Client, and quit InfoAxis Portal Client. That will end your remote session, and it will allow it to make it so that when you get back to your desk, you are ready to go. I hope you found this helpful, and if you have any further questions, there is a text version of this guide on our website, and you can also feel free to contact us in any of these ways. On our website at www.Infoaxis.com, you can call us at 201-236-3000, and you can always email us at support@Infoaxis.com. Again, I hope this was helpful, and you have a good day.